Guided meditation for sleep and relaxation. In the quiet solitude of the night, when the world outside stills, millions find themselves in an inner state of turmoil. The body craves rest, but the mind, a relentless theater of anxieties, replays the day's events, rehearses tomorrow's challenges, and resurrects unresolved sorrows from the past. This epidemic of sleeplessness is more than a mere inconvenience. It is a profound symptom of the modern condition, a state of chronic hyperarousal and mental agitation. We have become experts at doing, achieving, and striving, but have lost the simple, innate art of being, of letting go, of allowing the mind and body to enter their natural state of rest. From the perspective of Buddhist psychology, a tradition that has meticulously mapped the inner landscape of the mind for over 2.500 years, this is not a new problem. The Buddha identified the root of all human suffering as tanha, thirst, craving, or relentless wanting, and the agitated, restless mind, uddhacca kukucca, as a primary hindrance to peace and clarity. A mind that cannot sleep is a mind caught in the currents of desire and aversion, trapped in the narratives of a self that it constantly seeks to defend, promote, and gratify. It is a mind that has forgotten its own nature, which is inherently calm and clear, like a still lake reflecting the moon. Guided meditation emerges in this context not as a mere technique or a quick fix, but as a compassionate and skillful means, upaya, to reacquaint ourselves with this inner stillness. It is a modern expression of an ancient practice, using the gentle power of a guiding voice to lead the listener out of the labyrinth of their thoughts and into the sanctuary of the present moment. The guide acts as a trusted friend, taking our hand and showing us the path back to the body, to the breath, to the quiet space that always exists beneath the surface noise of the mind. This article aims to provide a comprehensive exploration of guided meditation for sleep and relaxation. We will delve into the philosophical underpinnings of why the mind resists rest and how meditation addresses these root causes. We will deconstruct the essential elements of an effective guided practice, from the subtle nuances of language to the systematic journey of somatic release. Furthermore, we will connect these practices to both the timeless wisdom of the Dharma and the validating discoveries of modern neuroscience, exploring what happens in the brain and nervous system as we surrender to the guided journey. Finally, we will offer practical scripts and guidance, empowering you not just to find sleep for a night, but to cultivate a lasting relationship with deep and restorative peace. Part 1. The mind that will not sleep, a diagnostic view. To effectively treat an ailment, one must first understand its cause. The inability to sleep is rarely a problem of the body alone. It is almost always a problem of the mind. From both a psychological and contemplative viewpoint, several key factors contribute to this state of nocturnal unrest. 1. The tyranny of the thinking mind, the narrative self. Our minds are brilliant narrative machines. They construct a sense of self, an I, and then spend the majority of their time curating, defending, and worrying about this construct. At night, with external distractions removed, this narrative machine goes into overdrive. This is the phenomenon of rumination, dwelling on the past, and anticipatory anxiety, worrying about the future. Rumination. The mind endlessly replays conversations, perceived failures, and regrets. I should have said this. Why did that happen? This looping thought pattern is rooted in aversion, dosa, to what has already occurred and a clinging, upadana, to a different outcome. It keeps the nervous system in a state of unresolved conflict. Anticipatory anxiety. The mind projects itself into the future, creating endless, what if, scenarios. What if I fail the presentation? What if my health deteriorates? This is driven by desire, lobha, for security and control in a fundamentally uncertain world. It activates the body's threat response system as if the imagined dangers were real. In Buddhist terms, the mind becomes lost in papancha, the conceptual proliferation and mental chatter that obscures reality. Sleep requires a cessation of this activity, a willingness to let go of the I story. Yet the agitated mind clings to it ever more tightly. 2. The disembodied state. Modern life encourages a state of disembodiment. We live in our heads, in the world of screens, thoughts, and abstract tasks. We lose touch with the felt sense of the body, treating it merely as a vehicle to carry the brain from one appointment to the next. When we lie down to sleep, this disconnect becomes a major obstacle. The body is holding the accumulated tensions of the day, a clenched jaw, tightened shoulders, a constricted belly, but the mind is unaware of them. This stored physical tension, or somatic armoring, constantly sends subtle signals of unease and danger to the brain, preventing the nervous system from shifting into its rest and digest mode. Sleep is a deeply embodied process, and it cannot happen when the mind and body are strangers to one another. 3. The autonomic nervous system, a state of red alert. Our physiology is governed by the autonomic nervous system, which has two main branches. The sympathetic nervous system, SNS. This is the fight or flight system. It activates in response to perceived threats, flooding the body with adrenaline and cortisol, increasing heart rate, tensing muscles, and sharpening focus for survival. The anxieties and ruminations of the thinking mind are perceived by the body as real threats, keeping the SNS chronically activated. The parasympathetic nervous system, PNS. This is the rest and digest, or feed and breed, system. It promotes relaxation, slows the heart rate, facilitates digestion, and allows for bodily repair and restoration. Sleep is possible only when the PNS is dominant. A person who cannot sleep is, in physiological terms, stuck in a state of sympathetic dominance. Their internal alarm system is jammed in the on position, making the surrender required for sleep feel unsafe and inaccessible. Part 2. The architecture of a healing journey. What makes guided meditation work? Guided meditation is a sophisticated practice designed to systematically counteract these three obstacles. It is a journey that skillfully guides the listener from the tyranny of thought, back into the wisdom of the body, and down into the restorative calm of the parasympathetic nervous system. Let's dissect its key components. 1. The guide's voice, the compassionate anchor. The voice of the guide is the primary instrument of the practice. It is more than just a narrator, it is a resonant anchor for the listener's scattered attention. Several qualities are essential. Pacing. The pace must be slow, deliberate, and spacious. Pauses are as important as the words themselves. They create openings for the listener to have their own experience, to feel, and to let go. A rushed pace will only amplify the mind's existing agitation. Tone, prosody. The tone should be calm, warm, and unconditionally accepting. It must convey a sense of safety and permission. A soft, gentle, and slightly lower-pitched voice tends to be neurologically soothing, activating the social engagement system associated with the PNS. There is no judgment, no expectation, and no demand in the guide's voice. Language. The language used is invitational, not commanding. Phrases like, "You might begin to notice," allowing the body to soften. "Perhaps you can feel," give the listener agency and permission. It avoids creating a sense of pressure or failure, which is counterproductive to relaxation. 2. The journey of embodiment. The body scan, Kayagata Sati. The most common and effective technique for sleep is the body scan. This is a modern adaptation of the classical Buddhist practice of Kayagata Sati, mindfulness of the body. The guide systematically directs the listener's attention to different parts of the body, one by one, typically starting from the toes and moving up to the head. This practice works on multiple levels. Interrupting rumination. By anchoring attention in the raw, physical sensations of the body, warmth, tingling, pressure, coolness, the practice gives the thinking mind a non-conceptual task. It is very difficult to ruminate on yesterday's argument while trying to feel the sensations in your left pinky toe. It gently pulls energy and attention away from the DMN. Releasing somatic tension. The core instruction in a body scan is to bring a quality of gentle, allowing awareness to each body part. This awareness itself is profoundly healing. When we bring non-judgmental attention to a clenched muscle, it often begins to release on its own. We are not trying to relax, we are simply noticing the tension. And in that noticing, the body is given permission to let go. Activating the PNS, directing attention to the body, particularly with a quality of warmth and kindness, stimulates the vagus nerve, a primary component of the parasympathetic nervous system. This sends a powerful signal to the brain that we are safe, that it's okay to stand down from red alert. 3. Anchoring in the breath, Anapanasati. The breath is the most reliable and immediate anchor to the present moment. In a guided meditation for sleep, the breath is used as a tool for soothing the nervous system. This is a simplified form of anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing. The guide will often direct the listener to observe the natural breath, without trying to change it. Simply feel the sensation of the breath moving in and out. This simple act is a powerful form of mindfulness. Lengthen the exhalation. The guide might invite the listener to gently extend the exhalation so it is slightly longer than the inhalation. This is a physiological hack that directly stimulates the vagus nerve and activates the PNS, slowing the heart rate and inducing calm. Infuse the breath with intention. The listener might be guided to imagine breathing in calm and breathing out tension, using the breath as a vehicle for somatic and mental release. 4. Cultivating a peaceful heart. Loving kindness, metta bhavana. Often, the barrier to sleep is not just mental chatter but emotional turmoil, feelings of self-criticism, resentment, or loneliness. A guided meditation can incorporate elements of metta, loving kindness, to soothe the heart. This involves gently repeating phrases of goodwill and care. First, for oneself, the guide might offer phrases like, "May I be peaceful," "May I be safe," "May I rest well." This practice directly counteracts the inner critic and feelings of unworthiness. It generates a neurological state of safety and self-compassion, which is profoundly conducive to relaxation. By filling the mind with these wholesome intentions, there is less space for the unwholesome states of anxiety and fear. Part 3. The Science of Surrender. Neurobiological Correlates. The effectiveness of these ancient practices is now being robustly validated by modern neuroscience. When you engage in a guided meditation for sleep, a cascade of beneficial changes occurs in your brain and nervous system. Brainwave entrainment. The brain's electrical activity shifts from the high-frequency beta waves, associated with active, anxious thinking, to slower frequency waves, alpha waves, associated with calm, wakeful rest, begin to dominate, followed by theta waves, associated with deep relaxation, drowsiness, and the early stages of sleep. The calming voice and pacing of the guide help to entrain the brain into these more restful states. Quieting the amygdala, as discussed. The amygdala is the brain's threat detection center. Guided meditation, especially the body scan and loving kindness practices, reduces activity in the amygdala. The brain learns, through repeated practice, that it is safe to let go of hypervigilance. Strengthening the prefrontal cortex, PFC. The PFC is responsible for executive functions like emotional regulation and attention control. Meditation strengthens the connection between the PFC and the amygdala, giving the wise part of the brain more influence over the reactive, fearful part. Deactivating the default mode network, DMN, as attention is anchored in the body and breath. The self-referential chatter of the DMN quiets down, creating the mental space necessary for sleep to arise. Hormonal shift. The practice reduces the production of the stress hormone cortisol and can increase the production of melatonin, the key hormone that regulates the sleep-wake cycle, as well as neurotransmitters like GABA and serotonin, which promote calm and well-being. Part 4. Practical application. Guided meditation scripts for sleep. What follows are 3 distinct scripts, each designed to address a different aspect of sleeplessness. They can be read slowly by a partner or recorded in your own voice. The key is to read them with a slow, calm, and spacious delivery, leaving plenty of silent pauses between phrases and sections. Script 1. The Deep Surrender Body Scan. Begin with a soft, gentle, and slow voice. Welcome. This is your time to unwind, your time to let go of the day. There is nothing left for you to do, and nowhere else for you to be. Just here, resting. Find a comfortable position lying down, allowing your body to feel heavy and supported by the surface beneath you. Let your arms rest by your sides, your feet fall gently apart. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. Let's begin by taking 3 slow, deep breaths, inhaling deeply, filling the belly with air, and as you exhale, release the day with a soft sigh, letting go. Pause. Another deep breath in, gathering up any tension or worry, and a long, slow breath out, releasing, softening. Pause. One last time. A full breath in, and a complete breath out, arriving fully in this moment, in this space. Long pause. Now, Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm, without any effort at all. And bring your awareness, a gentle, curious awareness, all the way down to the tips of your toes. You don't need to change anything. Just notice. Can you feel the sensations in your toes? Perhaps a sense of warmth, coolness, tingling, or maybe nothing at all. Whatever is there is perfectly okay. Pause. With your next exhalation, imagine a wave of softness washing over your toes, giving them permission to let go, to completely relax. Now, allow this soft awareness to expand into the soles of your feet, the heels, and the tops of your feet. Noticing the points of contact with the surface beneath you, feeling the weight of your feet. Pause. With each out breath, allowing your feet to become heavier, softer, more relaxed, releasing all the standing, all the walking, all the doing of the day. Long pause. Gently, bring your awareness up into your ankles, your shins, and your calf muscles. Simply feeling this part of your body, holding it in a kind, gentle attention. If you notice any tightness here, just acknowledge it, and on the out breath, invite it to soften, to release. Pause. Your awareness now flows up into your knees, the front and the back of the knees, and into your thighs. These large, strong muscles that have worked so hard for you, let them rest now, feeling the heaviness of your thighs, sinking down, letting go completely. Long pause. Now, bring a warm, spacious awareness to your entire pelvic region, your hips, your buttocks, your groin. This area often holds so much tension. Just allow your awareness to rest here, like a warm hand, giving this part of your body full permission to release, to soften, to open. Pause. Feeling the whole lower body now, from the hips all the way down to the toes, heavy, relaxed, and deeply at rest. Long pause. Gently, allow your awareness to travel up into your lower back and your abdomen. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your belly with each breath. A soft, rhythmic movement. If your belly is tight, see if you can allow it to soften on the exhale, releasing its grip. Letting the organs inside be soft and at ease. Pause. Let this wave of relaxation flow up into your middle back and your chest. Feeling the gentle movement of the breath in the rib cage, bringing a kind awareness to your heart center. No need to strive for any particular feeling. Just resting your attention here, in this space of warmth and tenderness. Long pause. Your awareness now spreads out across your collarbones and down into your shoulders. The shoulders carry so much of our burden. Can you invite them to melt? To drop down, away from the ears, releasing any weight they have been carrying. Pause. Let this feeling of release flow all the way down your arms, through the biceps, the elbows, the forearms, and into your hands. Noticing your hands, are they open or closed? Just feel the sensations in your palms, and in each finger, one by one. Allowing your arms and hands to become heavy, limp, and completely at ease. Long pause. Now, bring your attention to your neck and throat, an area of so much tension. Gently invite the muscles in the neck to soften, to lengthen, allowing the throat to be open and relaxed. Pause. And finally, let your awareness rest on your head, softening the jaw, letting the teeth part slightly, allowing your tongue to rest gently in your mouth, softening the cheeks, the lips, and the tiny muscles around your eyes, smoothing out the forehead, releasing any furrowed brow, and finally, letting the scalp itself relax. Long pause. Now, for a moment, feel your entire body as one field of sensation, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Breathing, heavy, soft, and deeply relaxed. There is nothing else to do, nothing to figure out. Simply rest. Allow the darkness and the quiet to hold you. If thoughts come, let them drift by like clouds in the night sky. Your anchor is the feeling of your body, heavy and at peace. Rest now, rest deeply. Allow for a long period of silence at the end, letting the listener drift off. Script 2. Releasing the mind, a breath and visualization journey. Begin with a calm, reassuring voice. Welcome to this space of quiet and rest. The day is done. All that is required of you now is to be here, to breathe, and to allow yourself the gift of deep relaxation. Settle into your bed, letting your body find the most comfortable and effortless position. Gently close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the rhythm of your breath. Don't try to control it in any way. Just notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest or belly. Feel the air as it enters your nostrils, and feel it as it leaves. Each breath is an anchor to this present moment, the only moment there is. Pause. As you lie here, you may notice that the mind is still active, full of thoughts, images, and plans. This is perfectly normal. The mind's job is to think. We are not going to fight with the mind. We are simply going to change our relationship to it. Imagine that you are sitting on the bank of a gently flowing river. The water is calm and clear. Each thought that arises in your mind, whether it's a worry, a memory, or a plan, simply place it on a leaf and let it float by on the river. Pause. A thought about tomorrow appears. You acknowledge it without judgment. Place it on a leaf, and watch it drift away downstream. A memory from the day arises. You see it, place it on a leaf, and let it go. You don't need to engage with the thoughts. You don't need to follow them. You are the observer, sitting peacefully on the riverbank. Long pause. Some thoughts may be more persistent, like a leaf that gets stuck near the shore. That's okay. Just notice it with patience, and gently nudge it back into the current. The river always flows onward. Your only task is to rest on the bank and watch. Pause. Now, let's return to the breath. We're going to use the breath to deepen this release. As you inhale, imagine you are breathing in a sense of calm, a cool, peaceful energy filling your entire body. And as you exhale, imagine you are breathing out any remaining tension, any tightness, any thoughts that are ready to be released. Let each exhalation be a deep letting go, a surrender. Inhaling peace. Pause. Exhaling tension. Inhaling stillness. Pause. Exhaling restlessness. Inhaling softness. Pause. Exhaling hardness. Long pause. Continue this gentle rhythm on your own, each breath taking you deeper and deeper into a state of tranquility. Pause. Now, let go of any technique. Let go of the visualization. Just rest. Feel the weight of your body, the gentle rhythm of your breath, the quiet in the room. You are safe. You are at peace. The mind may be quiet now, or it may not. It doesn't matter. You are resting in a deeper space of awareness, a spaciousness that can hold both silence and sound, both stillness and thought. This spaciousness is your true nature. Rest in it now. Allow it to carry you into a deep and restorative sleep. Allow for long, extended silence. Conclusion. More than sleep. A path to peace. While the immediate goal of these practices is to find sleep, their benefit runs much deeper. To engage in a guided meditation is to undertake a radical act of kindness toward oneself. It is to declare that, for a few moments, your peace is more important than your problems. You are stepping out of the frantic stream of doing and remembering the profound value of being. Each time you follow the guide's voice back to your breath or your body, you are subtly rewiring your brain. You are weakening the deeply ingrained neurological habits of anxiety and rumination and strengthening the pathways of calm, self-awareness, and emotional regulation. The rest you find is not just a biological reset, it is a return to your own deepest nature. Therefore, see this practice not as a battle against insomnia, but as a gentle cultivation of inner peace. Some nights, sleep will come easily, on others, it may remain elusive. But the time spent in mindful rest is never wasted. It is a deposit in your account of well-being, a quiet revolution against the stressful demands of the world. It is a reminder that beneath the turbulent surface of the mind, there is always a reservoir of stillness waiting for you. By learning to access it, you find not only the key to a good night's sleep, but the gateway to a more peaceful and conscious life.